Hey everyone, welcome back to the O Music Matters and That podcast. I'm your host, Brian. And today we'll have some special guests from various parts of the different world, but all part of the same group right here. We got Laurent, then we got Elizabeth and Vyle from the band, and can you help me pronounce it? I think it's like Naerok or something?
Naerok.
Naerok, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Everyone, it happens to everyone.
Well, you always talk about the A and the E, and you always want to say it's like A or something going on right there because you think back to Game of Thrones with like Aegon, for instance. So,
Yeah.
So, but I wanted to make sure I got it right. So, A-Rock, okay.
Yeah, we don't do anything conventional in the sense. So it's like I believe like the ash symbol is like it's supposed to be pronounced like the A and cat. So it'd be Naerok. So anyone that says that is saying it correctly, but then there's a little apostrophe over the R, so Naerok. But no, Naerok is fine. We'll settle for that.
It was like The Rock or something like that. So
I love it.
That's one or two, but either or, you get the idea right here. So how's everyone doing today? What you all been up to?
Oh, just on my end, just living the life, just having a great time. Working on music with obviously the band, and also doing a side project with my friend Mark Williams that also did guitars for Jolene. He's doing a little side project, so I've been busy there. I know Laurent and Elizabeth been doing things, so yeah.
Did a gig last night, and so I've had a bit of a hazy morning this morning. Just kind of, I might have overdone it on the complimentary beverages.
You can smell the coffee beans from here. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
and I was in New Orleans last night, so a wedding gig in New Orleans. So although I was offered champagne, I turned it down because I still had a 3-hour drive back home. So yeah.
Wise.
Fortunately, she was sleeping in the next day, so that was at least we could make up for it then. So, just for the audience sake, can you all list where you're all hailing from at?
Vyle, you start.
No, okay. I'm in Denver, Colorado.
I'm in the snowy mountains in Australia.
And I'm in Mobile, Alabama. So right down in the coast.
I should do a question about how you all met right here too, but is it mainly just you three that make up Naerok?
Yeah, it's just us for now. It's Naerok's kind of been a two-person act for the longest time. And yeah, I met Laurent on his show on Twitch called The Fourth Watch about, what was it, 2-3 years ago now? Something like that. He does a show where he promotes a lot of indie artists under like 1,000 or 100 subscribers or whatever it is now. So he does a lot of promotion for indie bands and musicians in general. And we met there, and I met Elizabeth because she's worked on quite a few songs with us in the past, and did absolutely wonderful. So it was a matter of time before Elizabeth joined us, so to speak. But yeah, I worked with Laurent back in early 2023.
Yes.
Yeah. We did an early song with him, like the fourth song we've released back in 2023. And then we decided to, I was like, okay, I lost some band members in the past, and I had to go in a different kind of creative direction because, it's hard to do an original album with new people. So we went into a cover route, and then Laurent came on board towards the end of the making of Jolene, which was a year ago. So yeah. Connections and networking. That's how we met. Connections and networking.
I think so when discovering the indie community, that's when I started seeing all these names pop up, and then there was a few that were just really, really, really grateful, and they just kept coming back. And so I that's really how I met Vyle the first time, and so Elizabeth being doing some of those, being involved in some of these projects as well, and that actually Vyle would mention Liz so many times in all of our interactions, and it's like they speak very highly of you, Liz.
Oh gosh, that's scary. No, I actually, I think I responded to an ad that you put on, like, I think it was like Pensacola musicians or something. Pensacola is like maybe 45 minutes away from where I am. And you were looking for a female vocalist to do Snow White voice for the Sun.
Sona. Yeah.
And I responded to it. And at first, I think you said that there was somebody else who responded to it first. And then, I was like, hey, well, I'm here if you need. And I think that person dropped out, and you're like, okay, you're up. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Sona. That was a fun one. That was a lot of people on that one. Laurent, Laurent and I became really good friends, and after working with Understanding, and how I am is I don't take a hint and run away like a lot of other bands, and I'm like that thorn that is stuck in people's sides. You don't want me here, but I'm here. So Laurent and I, we started working on Jolene back in June, July
last year,
of last year, and that's when I started like getting the feeling that Laurent and I, we really understand each other creatively. Like it's this, I will think because the way I interpolate my thoughts into wanting to hear what I want to say and do in music and things like that, he understands, and sometimes I won't even have to say what I'm wanting to hear out of the song, and he does it. So we have this amazing creative energy that I would not trade for anything in the world. Absolutely not. I think I've only had that with one other person, like in the past, and it is truly a wonderful thing that I will never let go of. But I met these two wonderful people through Naerok and working together with them, and it's been quite an awesome journey and experience. And we just released a song a week ago for the first time, featuring all three of us as members of Naerok, and it's really awesome. It's actually doing really well, but it's really awesome.
I think in some songs, whenever you're doing like the rock up into like metal, for instance, where you maybe have like some songs where it's all sorts of bands or vocalists or that sort of stuff. But you mainly get in rap when you get like a whole bunch of rappers together to like just rhyming and doing all that sort of stuff right there too. So I think one that always came to mind was a Lil Kiki song that I listened to way back in the day. So that one had like Lil Wayne, Fat Joe, Paul Wall, and all in it. So
yeah,
they pretty much had it all. So all right. But I guess first off, where'd you get the name Naerok from? I guess was this some delving into Norwegian study or something?
Oh shit. Okay, so Naerok. Originally, the band name was called Eterna, Aeterna, and then when that was in 2019, and oh God. So when I started looking into copywriting and trademarking things, that's when I discovered there was like 36 other bands with the name Eterna, and I'm like, no, I don't want to be I don't want to be that guy, because they weren't trademarked, they weren't copyrighted, but I didn't want to be that guy and be like, well, I'm the new one to the scene, and this is going to be my name now. I didn't want to do that. So it took about a year and a half to find a name that wasn't already taken by another band. And my God, there is so many names that you would think like, oh, this is, if you just like created a word or a phrase or something that's your favorite, and then you look it up online, there's about like 10 other bands with the same name. So I came up with Naerok because I wanted to go more towards Ragnarok, which has nothing to do with our music or style or influencing or anything, but inconsistency. That's what I'm about. So I decided to take the end of Naerok, and then come to find out that was taken. So I tried messing with different spellings, obviously adding the ash symbol and then the random apostrophe R. And then come to find out no one's taken that. So here we are, Naerok. Has zero influences with anything Nordic. So just something unique.
Let's just say partially, since it is Ragnarok, since it's the whole thing with Thor going to face the giant serpent. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I suck at Scandinavian languages, but you get the idea. He faces the giant serpent, and it's meant to be a cycle rebirth at that point, or whatever it is that's supposed to happen after he dies. But good on you, mate. I'll give you a point.
Thank you. I know over the years people have said, like, so is Naerok like symbolic of anything? I'm like, no, it's not. Like, there's not really much symbolism. The only symbolic and consistent thing that we do is our music, the emotion and the effort and the love that we put into the music. That is pretty consistent. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good to hear. So I do have some other questions delving into the band itself right here too. But first off, I want to welcome you all to my podcast right here. And the way it's going to work is just want to ask some other questions, get to know you more both as musicians, but also as individuals as well here too. So you all ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Not too sure if you want to go by seniority, or I don't know how long Elizabeth or Laurent have been in the band, but whoever wants to go first, what role do you play in the band? And I guess what's your backstory of how you became a musician?
I'll let y'all go first.
Okay. I was going to say, should we be gentlemen and let Lizzie go first?
Sure.
Yeah,
Right.
okay. Well, I'm Liz or Elizabeth or Beth, whatever you want to say, and I do backup voice and cello for Naerok. And well, I started cello when I was 16. I just really, really wanted to play. I can't even tell you why I wanted to play. Just for some goofy reason. You know how teenagers are, and so I was taking lessons, like selling my stuff so I could afford lessons. And I ended up majoring in it and went all the way through a master's in performance with just cello. And then I decided I also want to do voice. So I started taking voice lessons. So it was just something I really, really kind of fell into. So
I would say I was a cello player too at one point. And
yeah,
it was fun while it lasted. Yeah. I guess I don't know if you were around when Pirates of the Caribbean or that sort of movies came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So many requests for it.
Yeah. Those were actually pretty fun. I'm not going to lie. Those were fun times.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Lauren, you go next and we'll have Vyle.
Sure.
Finish up.
Yeah, so my role is well, guitarist and kind of and producer. So as you can tell, you know, I started playing. I picked up the guitar when I was 8. Mum brought a guitar home, hoping that she would learn it, and the curiosity took over, and then I took over the guitar, and then she didn't learn guitar, and I learned guitar, and so I've been kind of playing ever since. Not very well, just I could probably practice more, but then as kind of time goes on, I started a band when we had our first daughter, and which is the perfect time to start a band, right? And then so as most bands do, we have no money, and I thought to myself, how hard could it be to record it all ourselves? Really hard and really expensive is the answer to that, and there is a significant rabbit hole that you can fall into. Yes, that's right. That is a reference to our latest release, dropped 2 weeks ago. And it was a week and a half. It's only a week.
Yeah, only a week.
Yeah, a week and a half. Yeah, it's not even 2 weeks yet. Anyway, thanks to actually, so everyone has this kind of negative connotation about COVID. But if it wasn't for COVID, look, I'm not going to lie, it was a terrible experience. But if it wasn't for COVID, I wouldn't have gone down this song creation process. That I kind of stumbled into, and this concept of technology is so amazing right now that you can have people from all over the world, so record and then send you things, and then you can mix and master it and, play it and chop it and do some really crazy cool things. And then send it back and send it out there into the world, and it's amazing. So that really that experience allowed me to do what I do now. So and I do a little bit of vocals, but not much.
He's like, forgot to mention that I do vocals too. So all right. Actually, did your parents have a role? Or actually, you did say your mom brought that guitar home to be interested in, I guess. Did you try any other instruments around that time? I don't know if you had a choir.
Yes, I did learn piano, and that's where I kind of learned. The crazy thing is the music theory stuck with me, but my ability to play the piano did not. So I can read dots, but I can't sight read, and play fast.
I guess so. But all right. And Vyle, I guess what's your story?
Oh Lord. Back 6 centuries ago, I started. I've always been in choir ever since kindergarten, really. So yeah, it's always been singing for me ever since I was young. I come from a musical family, and my mom always sang. We did karaoke a lot in the early 2000s, and I remember singing Stained when I was a kid, and Pink a lot, and I was probably 9, 10, 11. And we used to have this karaoke room down in Florida, because I grew up in Florida. That's really where a lot of my performance comes from, is especially the early life. But I was involved I'm a choir kid at heart. In middle school, high school, I self-taught on the piano. I used to be able to read sheet music, but as one of our upcoming songs is teaching me, I have forgotten how to do that entirely. So now I'm looking at the sheet music, because I actually got it right over there, and I'm like, but I dabbled with a little bit of guitar, violin. Obviously those didn't stick because I ain't got the time for that. And so I mean, vocals has always been a thing for me,
That's cool. So I guess I think you might have mentioned earlier how you guys did on the social media, and maybe also taking a flyer out stuff. So I guess you said this was a 2-piece at one point. Was it another member before you met Laurent and Elizabeth?
I've had 2 previous guitarists. One of them, the first one, my friend Luke, down in Florida. He's the one that did the guitars and some of the production on our very first song back in 2022, called The Hunt. And then my previous guitarist, Braden, he was in the band. He did a couple of songs with us. But yeah, it's always kind of been a 2-piece, because finding band members is difficult, especially when you have a sound that doesn't really sound like anything else. When you do things unconventional to what people want to hear, and then people hear it and go, this is good, but it doesn't sound like anything else that's on the radio or anything like that. And that's really the approach that I like. And a lot of other people, especially out here, but really in Florida, where everything is metalcore this, metalcore that, and every male-fronted band sounds exactly the same. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. So they a lot of them do. And they take, and which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it at all, but I wanted to be different. I want to create music that is going to be easy for guys who, let's be honest, can't really sing those high notes and belt all the damn time. So I really wanted to create something that guys and just people in general can sing along with. But a lot of people don't understand that. So finding members is pretty hard. So for the longest time, it's just been two of us, filling in with people in the past. We've had a lot of featured guitarists, bassists, drummers. We've worked with a plethora of people at this point because I love to collab. Now we're 3 and we're looking to add more in the future.
And now there were 3. So
yeah.
So, but I think you mentioned you did original in the beginning, and then you recently switched to cover. I guess why did switch to cover?
Well, okay, so God, for as long as I remember, I really love listening to songs and going, I wonder what it would sound like if we Naerocked the crap out of this, and what this would sound like, and that's become a term in our indie family, is Naerocking the crap out of it, and it's worked on for most of the time. Yeah. We started out with, obviously, we did The Hunt, which is an original song. Then it turned into Requiem. And then the first cover song I did was Mutter of Rammstein. Not the first, nor the second, nor will be the last Rammstein song that we do. But then we did a little ditty called Understanding, which is when Laurent entered the picture for the first time. Beautiful song. I worked with a good friend of mine from France. I don't know what part of France. I think he's from the southern part. Tawal. I don't know. It's Tawal. Tawarl. Tawal.
Yeah.
Laurent? Yes? Okay.
That's how I introduce it too. So
yeah, so worked with him on that. We did a couple more originals. We now have 5 original songs. We do have more cover songs than we do original, but the whole thing of what we're doing now came to be because it was not planned. LOVE, our eventually upcoming cover album, our very first one, was not really planned. The plan was that we were going to release an album that is going to be a future release called Into the Abyss, which is a retelling of basically from my childhood up until this point, with nothing but original songs, and it's more of like a themed album and things like that. But after the departure of our former guitarist, it kind of sent me through the hell do I do now? But because I've made a lot of friends and networked quite a bit, I was like, okay, well, maybe I don't need a full band to do something. And then Jolene happened. And that was, and then it just started this plethora of, okay, well, what can we do with this? And so LOVE, which is an acronym for Life of Vivacious Ecstasy, is a retelling of how a relationship the beginning of a relationship, growing, flourishing, hitting a few brick walls, and then the reconciliation. So I'm like, okay, well, let's have fun with this. And so then it became a cover album. It started off as an EP in my head. It was just going to be like 5 songs. Then it turned into 13. So yeah, there is God, songs spanning from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and now 2025 since we released Disease a couple of months ago. So there's, how many decades was that? 6 decades?
I think so. If you go from 1960s, so yeah.
Yeah, 6 decades worth of different songs chosen specifically to tell a story. And it's been a wild, interesting ride. Going, how the hell did we end up here?
I was going to say, when you talk about Jolene, is that the Dolly Parton song?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, it is.
I was say, did Lizzie do the vocals on that one?
No.
Mm-mm.
No. The last song we did with Elizabeth prior to Rabbit Hole, I want to say was Lies.
It was, yeah.
Yes, Lies, and then before that it was Sona. And then a year ago we started talking about Oh Holy Night. Didn't get to it in time, so we're like, okay, well, let's wait a year and then do it then. So yeah.
I knew he was a choir boy at heart, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this piece of sheet music is quite literally what I stole from my choir department, along with many, many others.
I'm about to say, watch your language there, buddy. It's a family-friendly podcast. Come on, man.
Sorry about that.
No, I knew he was referring to sheep. He literally said, like, this piece of shit right here, or something. I literally probably said piece of shit at first, so that's why I was like, oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, context. Yeah,
Oh, we
so
digress.
I have a old, about 15-year-old little notebook or binder thing that I went through the other day when I was looking for the sheet music for Oh Holy Night. And I was like, did I take my copy of everything in choir from middle school until high school? I did. It brought back a lot of memories. A lot of it was very interesting because I'm going, why in the world did we do Chili con Carne? It was terrible. And then
the whole videos or something. So.
Oh God, there was one song we did in high school for our terrible football team that I believe we didn't win a match in years. I don't know. That was a rumor, but it was a football song that was cringe, to where we had to go cheer, cheer, and then I was thinking about it like now. I'm like, no. That was cringe even back then.
It's like, why?
Why?
God, why? So, yeah.
Like I hated it then, and I hated it now, and that sheet music needs to be burned. Yeah,
I like to be tortured in some sort of way. It helps build my spirit. So
yeah.
But I guess this one can kind of delve into influences. First off, what sort of groups or even people, if you want to, kind of influence the sound of the rock? And then, I guess, in the case of Laurent, Lizzie, and even you, Vyle, I guess, who do you look up to as an influence for your play style?
Well,
right, okay. Oh, sorry.
That. Oh, well, okay. The number one thing that people know about me is Evanescence, big time. It shows in the vocal stylings, in the creative direction. Been a huge fan of them since 2003. So yeah, that's going to show up. Also, Enya is another one for me. Alanis Morissette, a lot of Tool, a lot of Dimmu Borgir, Korn.
I mean, that is a transition, to be honest, right there, from like Alanis Morissette to Dimmu Borgir.
Yeah. A lot of it really shows itself in our music in little bits and pieces here, scattered here and there. But yeah, those are the people that I look up to and definitely influence my sound. Laurent? Sorry for interrupting you.
You're right. No. Look, I grew up in the beautiful age of 2000s new metal, and so all of that, I think in the late 90s when it was really starting to kind of come about, and I got so like I think the very first album I ever owned was Savage Garden. All right. But the very first album that I bought with my very own money was Chocolate Starfish and Hot Dog Flavored Water. Limp Bizkit. So, and I remember walking out. I was like, so when you had to choose between, do I buy 3 singles, or do I buy an entire album? And I was there. I was listening to the singles. And I was like, it's only 3 songs, but if I get the album, I can get 13 songs plus the bonus song at the end. The hidden.
There's always one that they hide at the very end. So yeah.
That's right. And there were very few tracks that I didn't like on that album, and then the internet became more developed, and people were sharing their songs, and sharing other people's songs, freely, and
LimeWire.
yes, and so so also
Demonoid.
We took to the high seas anyway. And that's when I really started discovering, because I wasn't really looking for anything. I was just going, this song sounds like this. If you like this, you're going to love this. And so that's where I started, like, so finding, so heaps of different heaps of different artists that I'd not listened to. Well, Australia has a very, there's only one radio station that does alternative music, right? Everything else is just pop. And so when your radio influence is pretty much only pop, and I really hated pop. It's only till now, so when I'm nearly 40 that I actually starting to I'm actively listening to all music, to try and so see how the producers did it, right? And I'm starting to go right into it, to try and pull out sounds and how they do those. That's my influence, and that's but in Rabbit. No, what was it? It was Disease. We really honed in on on that Korn kind of slappity bass, a guitar riff kind of style, but then we just also leaned into our cinematic aspect as well. So a lot of my plugins revolve around using cinematic plugins, so that's how we get a lot of those, which is why we call ourselves like a cinematic new metalcore.
We're something.
We're something. That's it.
Or it's just a group of people, if we want to say it that way.
Yes.
So yeah. I guess Lizzie, who do you look up to in terms of influences?
Oh gosh. Well, I'm a metalhead. I'm a complete total metalhead at heart. I remember, I got into Evanescence around 2003 as well. I was about 13. And, just like this ethereal, beautiful sound with the piano and strings and stuff, and this heavy guitar. I love that dichotomy. I listened to a lot of, growing up, I listened to a lot of gothic metal, Justania, Unleashed Memories, and Comali's era, Lacuna Coil, and just a lot of the different, beautiful with the like ethereal with the heavy. I love it. And then even when I discovered Nightwish, it was all over. That was it. Yeah, that was my absolute thing. And then lately though, my voice, at least vocally, I've been super inspired by Deanna Van Huysbergen. She sang with Xandria, and she's operatic, and my God, she has this power, just this massive power over her voice and this control, and she's able to do everything like opera, belt, and and just so much. And I really look up to people who have that power and that control. And it's just, I love that kind of stuff. I love the cinematic, I love the symphonic, and I love heavy. So yeah.
I was say you didn't show that metal side last night at the wedding venue, did you?
No, I wanted to, but there's only so much that they'll allow me to do. So it was all classical. Yeah, there's only so many times you can play Ode to Joy, and fortunately, I didn't play canon. But yeah. No, I don't. Yeah.
There's only so many times I can listen to a song before I lose my sanity. So yeah.
Oh yeah. I've learned to disassociate myself when like playing gigs. So. Mm-hmm.
I guess so. But it seems like everyone had like a dark period at one point when you went. I guess we can also say that's a hint for Into the Abyss in that case, where you delved into like the darker side of music, and then nowadays you kind of molded in with everything else. So, not saying it's probably it's an influential idea for like your upcoming material. So,
exactly.
Yeah, man, speaking. All right, that's good. But I think one of your songs, Sone, I think that's how you pronounce it. I think it's the rapper Sone or something like that. But did you have Joel from Steam Slicer on there?
Yes, we had Joel. God. Steam Slicer was a part of it. Christina, Vox and Sticks, or Voxy. We had Towel, Atonal Ascent. Obviously, Elizabeth. And I always, every single time, feel like I'm forgetting somebody. But I really started losing track around that time.
I think you did cover it, but I was going to say, was Joel the one doing the German in the song?
No, that was him and I. He did the first verse, and I did the creepy German in the second verse, and then we came in during the bridge together. And I did the chorus. Yeah, so we both did that part. Yeah. But I still feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I really hope I'm not. If I am, I really apologize.
I'll just do a digital slap later for forgetting. So
yeah.
Right. But I did interview Joel a while back, and I know he was kind of busy. I think he was having a whole lot of family stuff going on in the background. So
yeah,
still a cool guy. But make sure you check that interview out. It was a nice interview. So, plus, I think we can also say I brought out the Robstein side in both of you guys. So,
yeah. He was definitely my first choice whenever I was approaching that song going, okay, I got to do it. And because we did Mutter with Death Pigeon was absolutely amazing. And it was actually kind of cool because they had a previous album where they did an orchestration, just orchestration, no vocals, of a lot of their influences in metal, and they had a lot of things. And I was listening to the album, and I'm like, this is a beautiful piece of work that they did for Mutter. And I was like, I gotta reach out to JD and Death Pigeon and be like, would y'all want to do this again, but with vocals? I would so be down. And then it happened. It became our third song. It was amazing. We did, like I said, Understanding with Tawal, and Dom. I don't know if it's short for Dominic. Yeah, it is short for Dominic. From Jamsteak, he did the drums for Understanding. Let's see, we did a song with Shannon Darcy, Disturbia, and also Rob from Anger Overdose did some of the production in the background on that. Oh God. Yeah, it was Disturbia, then it was Echoes, then it was Sona, and then Lies with Elizabeth, and then Jolene, Mark Williams of Isigavenen, and his new project, Neon Vampire, which I highly recommend everyone checking out. It is going in the way of a modern 80s dark synthwave, and it is entirely outside of my comfort zone, but that's why I'm doing it. And Yeah, the song is called Glamour is a Ghost. It is horrifically depressing. I got to write the lyrics for it, and I'm like, are you sure? Okay, it's going to sound entirely differently and sonically than this song, but yeah, we'll go with it. Yeah, we've collaborated with a lot of people over the years. And it is one of the things that I absolutely love and admire is learning from other musicians from around the world, you know, how they do things, you know, how can we musically get like creative and, you know, and I always take something special from every single collaboration we've done. And it's just one of my favorite things to do. I love working with different people, other people, and yeah, it's still going to happen in the future.
Yeah. It's part of the reason why what drew me to working with Vyle in the first place when he first asked if I'd like to join Naerok, is that concept of, you know, as musicians today, if you're starting out, it's a really important thing to find a way to serve other musicians as well, because it's how you grow, it's how support. And like if you end up making enemies so quickly in the early days, you're gonna end up falling flat and landing on no one to pick you up, right? Like there'll be no one there to pick you up. But yeah, it's the reason why I started the Fourth Watch. It's the reason why you know, I help other musicians because I want to see us all, you know, grow together. Yeah.
They couldn't use First Watch because unfortunately it'd be copyrighted by the restaurant chain that took First Watch. So
Yeah.
So all right, that's all pretty cool. So Laurent earlier I mentioned about COVID and like how he was able to join this project as well as how things going on musically. But Laurent, how bad was the COVID for you on a personal level and family wise?
Yeah, that was difficult. Yeah, so in Australia where I was living, we got locked down pretty hard twice, and so one of them was over our winter, and we just found out very quickly. We didn't really realize it before, but just how little sunlight our apartment got, and we had our 3-year-old, you know, and you know, so trying to make things work, and we I was really struggling mentally before that, and then COVID kind of made it worse. But that was also the reason why I started my own musical projects and I started writing my own songs. Our band so the band members weren't really interested in learning technology and doing the over the internet band practices and community, you know, so and kind of building and songwriting business. So I just started writing my own songs and then just laying down lots of different tracks, and then, you know, so the music really helped get a lot of that dark emotion, you know, out of here and putting it into musical form. Yeah, and so actually, and that's where I wrote the lyrics to Rabbit Hole, and yeah, which we, you know, like we said, we just released that one. I just you know, I wrote that whole song, and I just couldn't find a way to sing it or find someone to sing it. And so it was like a shelf project that I had for ages. And yeah, so that started in COVID.
Yeah, COVID was rough. I lost a few people, a few family members and friends from that. Florida did not take it seriously at all and blamed it on the wrong things. A lot of mom and pop shops got shut down, a lot of bars and restaurants because they were the problem, but the beaches weren't, apparently. But no, it almost felt like COVID didn't even happen in Florida. It's nobody did the 6 feet away thing. if you wore a mask, you got chastised for it by people you don't even know, and you're just like minding your own business, just trying to get toilet paper, which was hard. And
I completely forgot about the toilet paper debacle.
Can y'all believe it's been 5 years?
The Charmin apocalypse was upon us then. So yeah.
It's crazy.
It has been 5 years, yeah.
It's crazy to think that it's been 5 years since all that happened. And I used to go grocery shopping at like 2:00 in the morning because I'm weird and a hermit. And I don't like to be around people. And now nothing is 24 hours anymore, which I guess is the norm in a lot of other places around the world, which is interesting. Like if I ever wanted to live in Germany, that wouldn't be a thing. But, it's still, it boggles me sometimes that COVID was 5 years ago and it feels like it was just like a month ago.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've lost a few family members from it. That was fun. But like musically for me, it didn't change much because in the early days, I messed around with a little program called BandLab, still do. But I use it mostly just for recording. I don't really make my own sounds anymore because I just don't have the time or patience. So a lot in our early songs like The Hunt, Requiem was entirely me. But The Hunt, I created all the electronic sounds in the background. Echoes, that was me. State of Decay, that was me. So really, COVID gave me that time to be able to experiment with the different sounds and learn programs and things like that. But yeah, it just felt like it didn't even happen in Florida at all.
Yeah, I think I'm probably the only person that benefited positively from it. Like when I was in the middle of finishing up my master's degree, and like before then, every weekend, several times a week, or, I was constantly doing gigs and trying to, make as much money as possible so I could pay for my degree. And then when COVID happened, everything stopped. And so it was kind of like, okay, this is really odd. But then I didn't realize just how exhausted I was. So everything stopped, and I was in Mississippi at the time, and fortunately, some people took it a little bit more seriously than others. Like there was a store, like a Winn-Dixie that's close to my house or close to my apartment, and there were I love it. There's some sassy black ladies who took it super seriously. Like if you walked into the store without a mask, baby, you better turn around and get that mask on. And it was just like, oh, I love you guys, love y'all. But it was nice just the way it stopped. And then like that's kind of when I felt like there was like a social reckoning where people started to realize their own values. There were people starting to realize, you know what? My time and my energy is not worth dying for. Like that, I don't need to have. I may need to have this job for money, but at the same time, I value my health. I value my personal sanity, and like I felt like at least in my little circle, that's kind of what most of us had that kind of reckoning, like where we really started, where we started to stop and just listen to our bodies, because like, for me, it was constantly, play, get as many gigs as possible. And then all of a sudden everything's canceled, everything stops. And so, you kind of like, I'm a hermit like Vyle, and I do miss the 2 a.m. shopping runs, but there, everything else, it just, in a way, it was positive for me, but that's it.
It was definitely a time for reclusive, antisocial people to thrive, and it was definitely a time to thrive. I remember a lot of people complaining, like, "Oh my God, I've been stuck in my house for days," and I'm like,
"Yay, I know."
I don't know why
about the right world. So
Yeah, that's it was definitely a time for introverts to rise and thrive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sort of the same way, but I was able to still work from home. And I mean, I canceled my parking lease. I didn't have to spend too much on gas.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I did start a second job a little later down the line, but I mean, I had to spend too much. I probably had to contribute a little bit more to the rent and that sort of stuff, but that was about it. So
Yeah. I miss
I
the
want,
grace.
I want that part of COVID back. I want that part.
Yeah. I miss the grace that we gave ourselves and that we gave others, like understanding that it was a difficult time. People were getting sick and, it was a scary time, but we were so much more understanding towards one another. And I really want that part back, but I don't want the death. So please, everyone stay alive. But, we need to kind of get back into a more sympathetic, empathetic world.
I'm just glad people weren't standing so close. Like I never understood. Why did we have to stand so close to each other?
Don't stand so close to me.
Like if I feel you breathing, if I can smell what you just ate, you're standing way too close to me. And I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
I really appreciate it.
The coffee we can still smell from here. So yeah.
Oh.
All the way from Australia.
Yep. Courtesy of Australia. Greetings from Australia. There we go. Greetings.
Yeah.
All right. But on a serious note, sorry for any losses and I guess any sort of mental strain or anything else that kind of came along because of COVID there too. So, but good to see you all doing well. Right.
Yeah.
But I guess in terms of the music scene, since you guys are in different parts, I know Vyle and Elizabeth, you said you're in the States there too. But Lauren, I guess, how's the music scene been from your perspective after COVID?
Well, the Australian music scene was kind of like already quite like before COVID. It was already quite fragmented. We were getting much less influence from local grown artists. We were getting, I think the radio stations were playing something like 70 to 90%, international music. And so it was already kind of there, but the underground music scene was kind of like, was quite good. And I started working at a small underground bar, so that just played indie, metal and punk and all the good stuff. And it was doing all right. And then then COVID happened, and it just totally got decimated. Like the band I was in, like I said, like we call ourselves Analog Dreams, and the part of that which stayed true is that because we were using analog gear, it's hard to digitize that, and a lot of the crew just weren't willing to invest in the simplest recording gear just to be able to mock up some demos and keep writing songs. The idea in their head seemed to have been, we can't do this unless we're in a room together. And I'm like, no, that's not true. We can keep doing this. And I was ready to keep going, right? So, because technology is amazing, technology. And so after COVID, when things started to kind of come back and small music venues started to open up again, they came back first. There's like, we're still seeing the effects of COVID, especially in the region that I'm in now. We're still seeing the effects of COVID because there used to be, so live music in lots of different places and it'd be kind of pumping, but COVID seemed to push a lot of people online. So the live music scene is taking a long time to come back, because people would rather, well, I'm getting all my entertainment now from all these systems that I've set up in my life over COVID. It's we'll watch instead of going to see a live music, or I'll just stream it, or and instead of going to the cinemas, our local cinemas shut down because people are now streaming movies. So yeah, there is still long lasting effects. So from that whole experience, but I do have faith that it's kind of coming back. I've started doing kids DJing, so I've started doing discos for schools and things to raise up the next generation of music lovers. People sing and live music or DJs, or just going out in general. It is actually quite fun to go out, even if you are an introvert.
Yeah, I guess Vyle and Lizzie, how's the music scene been from where you guys are at?
Okay, so here it's I was really hoping that Colorado would have at least, because I've been here for about 4 years now, and I was really hoping that the scene here would be diverse. It is, to a degree. Florida was straight up metalcore. This metalcore, everything. And that's fine. I'm not saying anything bad about that, but like I need diversity, and Colorado, the scene is kind of diverse, but you really have to go looking. I know one of our friends here in the Variant. I love them, absolutely love them. There's a lot of good bands here. I don't know how Colorado was affected by COVID, at least musically. I heard the whole city shut down, and it was weird because this is a giant city, and there was like virtually no one on the roads, which I'm like trying to imagine, because that's like in my dystopian kind of head. I'm like, oh, that would be amazing to experience, like being the only person in the world or something, just in a giant abandoned city. Yeah, that's not my kind of thing. But Florida, like I said, it really didn't feel like Florida was affected by really anything. Nothing really stopped, and people kept wondering, why am I getting sick? Well, wonder why. But anyhow, so yeah, I don't really know how to answer that one. Liz?
Well, like, at least from my perspective, like me and my husband, we used to go to New Orleans all the time to see some really good bands. And it feels like, at least, within this whole Southeast part, that the music scene did get decimated. Lots of places did shut down. Lots of bands realized that it's just too expensive to perform. It's too expensive to put on shows. Like, I know there's probably like 3 or 4 venues in Mobile alone that have shut down. And so like there's probably like 2 main venues now for bands in the downtown area. And yeah, I mean, and as far as just like what I do, just regular classical gigging and stuff, it still hasn't picked up. And it's because of everybody still not wanting to get out as much. It's kind of weird, because although Mobile is in Alabama, super red state, Mobile itself is quite a deep purple. And so there is, a lot of people will still avoid, for example, going to churches, will still avoid going to big performances, and also booking big venues for weddings and stuff. So like, at least for my end, it's dried up a lot since before, but it's trying to come back, but since the prices have just like skyrocketed, it's not coming back as fast, and I really don't see it coming back. I wish I were wrong, but just in my end, I'm not seeing Now, I'm not seeing as many musicians wanting to put themselves out there because, the cost is just too great. And there's not enough reassurance that they're going to be able to reap the rewards.
Yeah, I guess it'd be interesting to see. So, I don't know. I guess we'll have to tread carefully then. So, but good to see you guys are doing well out there, and let's keep the music scene going. So, fingers crossed. We'll do it that way. All right. So, now that we got the hard topic out of the way, let's get to more of the funner topic here with gear. So, I guess whoever wants to go first, I think Laurent probably wants to go first since he's got the arsenal behind him.
I'm the hoarder here. Well, where do we start with? So,
I mean, do you use all that for the Naerok project?
So the amps in the background there, the Marshalls, I don't use those. No. So for Naerok, I mostly use my baritone, Chapman baritone, which I've got Mark Tremonti pickups in, and same with this 1990s Greco Les Paul custom, and also with Mark Tremonti PRS pickups in it. As you can tell, Alter Bridge is also one of my influences. So and gosh, when they come to Australia, I will pay whatever price.
They are amazing live.
And then I run that through a Kemper profiler to get the sounds that I want for Naerok, and that goes into Pro Tools, which I'm using for my DAW, through an SSL interface. And so like I said, I used like damage plugins, Contact. So a lot of those that I use Get Good Drums to get the basic, the initial drum beats alive. And then I realized that I'm a terrible drummer or terrible programmer of drumming, and then I just palm it off to an actual drummer. A lot of the times I'm just like, I can't do this, and I just I send it off to some of my drummer friends, and then I'm just like, especially for Rabbit Hole, I was like, all right, I got a surprise for you guys, so I got the stems back from the drummer, and I was just like, this is so much better. And I sent it to Vyle and Liz, and they were just like, it's so good. Because that's another thing. Rhythm, even as a guitarist, my what I've learned over the last 5-6 years is that the rhythm section is the most important section of any song. So screw vocals, screw guitar, just drum and bass. Got to get that groove. That's pretty much it on my end, I think.
Is he the one that produces all the songs, does the mixing and mastering?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I thought he meant by producer earlier, but I didn't know if it was also a side hustle he does.
Well, I mean, I'm open to doing any project. I'm not plugging my business.
I had to give a shout out to Paul Clark. He's in the Perth, Australia, and he does his own production as well. So,
awesome.
So I don't know if you knew about him, but all right.
Not yet.
I guess
I have now.
Now he does. So now I think I'll go out at him. So yeah. All right. So I guess Lizzie or whoever wants to go next in terms of gear.
I am rocking a 1990 vocal box. It has a very wide dynamic range. It's complicated, and sometimes it just doesn't want to work. I record with this mic. Okay, that's pretty much all I have. I'm a vocalist through and through. I do have a 128 key Yamaha. I do. You have to. I've never been asked this question before, so I'm kind of like thinking, oh crap. I'm about to sound like every other vocalist in the world right now. Yeah, that's what I've got. Liz, want to talk about that cello, please?
Okay. Well, I've got a nice little 5-string from. It's a Chinese-made instrument, but I really wanted a electric acoustic instrument, and this one has a high E instead of a low F. Usually with 5-string cellos, they add a low F, but since there's already bass sounds in the band, they don't need another one. So. And I use that one to play Renaissance fairs and stuff. Like I have a side shtick, a Baroque girl. I used to be part of another of a duo, and we called ourselves Two Baroque Girls. So eventually, she moved to Milton, Florida, and I asked her if I could keep the name, and she's like, "Sure, go for it." So, so I have that, and just a nice Fishman amp that I plug in, and a old beat up Samson mic. So, and that's my gear, along with the voice that sometimes will or will not work, just like Vyle, Yeah.
It's just one of those days. So,
yeah, it's one of those days.
Especially when you live in a climate like I do, where the average humidity is 14%, and I'm used to 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of days, and just the allergies, and oh my god, just trying to find. I find Earl Grey to be a wonderful throat clearing tool. But I love that you said Milton, because I was actually stationed there at Whiting Field.
Oh, really?
A few years. Yeah, I was in Milton for a long time. I was like, she said Milton? No one knows that. Yeah. So I was in the Navy years ago. Yeah. So yeah. I'm trying to think. I want a hurdy-gurdy. I don't know if that's random or not, but it is. That is my next thing, is to get a hurdy-gurdy, an electric one. That is one of my favorite instruments ever.
Yeah,
I do rock the kalimba.
Oh,
yeah, I have singing bowls. I don't know, after Laurent and his constant display of everything, and I'm going, well, crap, I'm screwed on this question, because I'm using my instrument right now, and so I'm going through my head, what can I do or say? Yeah, I really want to get a hurdy-gurdy, and I really want to learn the cello at some point. I know. Especially for live performances, I would love to do a piano, cello, guitar duel at some point.
Oh,
Duel?
yeah.
Yes, a duel.
Dueling.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Laurent is an amazing guitarist. Don't let him tell you otherwise. He is an amazing guitarist. He's incredibly creative. He is quick. He is
Pro Tools does all the work.
Mute his mic, because he just puts himself down. He is an incredible guitarist.
he's being too humble at this point, so yeah.
I know, he says that his drumming tracks are bad. No, they build the foundation of our songs, mister. Yeah, we might get drummers to come in. I don't remember the name, because I don't know this individual, but he did the drums for Rabbit Hole. But
Jaden.
We just remember who? What?
Jaden KV. Jaden KV.
Jaden.
Just say
Jaden.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. He did an incredible job, but remember, we built the song around what you did. So
I know.
Yeah.
So you both need to learn violin. That way you can then do a Charlie Baker song, do The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Oh,
That way just get
gosh,
that.
yeah. I
But
teach
if you lose,
violin
the devil
too,
gets your
so
soul.
I'm actually teaching a student that song. So
I'm sorry.
8th grade, long story short, that's the only way I can really keep him into the program. So now I'm having to practice it, and it's this is no. But yeah.
Then again, I think it does go into why I really like to cover songs that are not metal, because we've done a lot of pop songs. We've done Britney Spears, Lady Gaga, Rihanna. Am I forgetting one?
Dolly Parton.
Yeah, we done Dolly. Oh my God, Dolly Parton. All right, audience. I suffer from, as y'all know, a severe case of ADHD, and my mind is everywhere right now. Yeah, so I really, 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 really love metal versions of things, and I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this game that came out in the mid-2000s called Guitar Hero, but there was a metal version of Devil Went Down to Georgia that I was like, oh, yes, it's still like my. I mean, yeah, Charlie Daniels Band did, obviously, the greats, but I really love metal versions of songs that aren't metal. Like you mentioned, Canon and D. I would love to Naerok the crap out of Pachelbel, or I can never say that name right. But yeah, I would love to do that. Maybe one day Devil Went Down to Georgia and just butcher it. But it's all fun.
Was it Charlie Daniels? I thought it was Charlie Baker. I don't know why I keep thinking Charlie Baker for some reason.
I think it's Charlie Daniels.
Yeah, it's Charlie Daniels.
Okay, I'm sorry. Charlie Daniels.
Yeah. I know by the time we're done with LOVE, we are going to be covering Chinchilla, an artist out of the UK. Oh, God. Bonnie Tyler, Katy Perry. We will have the Britney Spears. We will have the Lady Gaga in there. Dead or Alive, You Spin Me Right Round is going to be in that mix. Madonna's Frozen is going to be in that mix. And Frank Sinatra, My Way, which is going to end the song, and I am dead set on that one. And that one's going to be very, very different. But yeah, I absolutely love meddling non-metal songs that you would be like, oh, that's going to be interesting to hear. And then it works somehow. Thank you, Laurent, for making it work.
Well, that's an interesting bunch right there, but I guess this might actually tie in with the challenges here too. But okay, outside of the obvious, with everyone being like in different parts of the world here, I guess what challenges do you feel like you face these days, being the rock and all?
The fact that we're not performing live at the moment.
Yeah,
that is the big one for me. I want to be up on stage at some point. We will be getting like this is. I know there's a lot of bands out there that are just an internet thing, and that's fine. Obviously, we're a part of that movement right now, which is brilliant all in of itself. Because you got to think, it wasn't that long ago when bands were formed in the garage or a basement, and people played together live, and that's how it started. But now with the advent of technology and the internet and good internet speeds, you're not limited to your neighborhood or your city or your county or your state. You are limited. It's unlimited. You just go to the world. And, but doing that, it is hard to play live. And at some point we will in the future. This will not just be an internet thing. We will be up on stage, performing a little booties off and, making the audience question, what are we watching?
I think that's a bad thing at that point. So you sure you want to be thinking about that?
Yes.
Hey, the best bands do. So
it is memorable.
If Guar can do it, we can too.
Exactly. If Guar can do it, so can we. If Bjork can stand up on stage and make sounds, so can we. I mean,
do that one again.
Oh wait, no, that's not Tori? No, not Tori Amos. Bjork. That is oh god,
Odorous Urungus.
Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
It is a dream of mine to one day attempt to cover a Yoko Ono song.
Oof.
Just so people can say why.
You know what? We're crazy enough that we're down for it.
Yeah. Let's polish it to the point where it actually is in tune. I mean,
Then it wouldn't be a Yoko song, would it?
And get someone like Sammy, or is it Sammy Davis? No, my God, was it Sammy Davis that had that look on his face?
Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry, God, yeah. That lives.
I remember Jack Black had a similar look when he was watching someone like sing a song like from his Tenacious D cover. You see him like say like.
Mm-hmm. I really would love to do a cover of Yoko Ono anything. I would, yeah.
So, we keep talking about covers, but I'd really want to do more originals as well.
Yes, originals are coming. More originals, because we got to even it out. And like after LOVE is done, which is LOVE is being planned as a two-parter. One is Life of Vivacious Ecstasy. The other one is Lamentations of... Well, please tell me someone else remembers it.
I don't think you've...
But anyway, one is about reconciliation and one is about heartbreak. So the plan is to have them released either close to the same time, at the same time, or in the future as a two-parter. After that, we will be done with cover songs for quite some time. I don't want to be known as a cover band. I mean, it's nice to know that people enjoy our cover songs, but people like our original songs more. It's fun for right now.
At least we hope so. So yeah,
we have definitely. I do have a lot more original music over here. Excuse me, demons or indigestion. Take your pick. So,
Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, Pepto-Bismol. Make the insides pink. So yeah, we do have more original material lined up, so that'll make people happy. Because we are tired of, well, at least I am personally, of covers right now. I'm thoroughly enjoying originals, and yeah, that's all I can think about that at the moment. So thank you for bringing up that, Laurent, so we can let everybody know originals are coming. Leave me alone about it.
Eventually, we should say. So
yeah.
Eventually.
That's all cool. But have you guys used any AI when it came to like the artwork or at any point in music? And I guess what do you make of AI and social media these days?
Yes. In our last music video for Disease, and we have a justification for it. We do not, personally, I respect everyone's opinions on it. You know, obviously, I'm not going to like AI shame anyone for doing anything, but we did use AI for the music video only because we are incredibly over the top. That if we were going to do a live, because we've always done cinematic, like lyric videos and things like that. We used Mojo from Encircled Throne, who did a lot of our music videos in the past. We did a music video with on 3 with Mama's Maiden Studio. Don't know if you know her. She's amazing woman. Love her to death. So we did use AI for Disease, but we also mixed in live footage as well of Laurent and myself. But we used AI because we cannot afford a Steven Spielberg like budget. Because if you watch the video, you'll understand, okay, I see why they needed to use AI, because there's no way in the world that we would be able to afford something like that on that kind of grandiose scale. So we did do it. Personally, I don't like AI in music, but that is my opinion, and everyone's got one. Yeah.
So, like, AI has a place. It's a tool. It's that you can use. Like I'll never use AI generated content in any of our songs.
Nope.
But if I'm really getting stuck with like a particular line lyrically, I might throw that in there and just come up with, sort of several different variations of this, and then it kind of like helps the brain think outside the box. And so I have done that a few times, but then like but only for a couple of lines, right? Like the whole song is written by me, except for and then I don't even use the AI's specific content, so specific one, because it doesn't fit. Then but it just helps me, so put those thoughts down, and use different words. But yeah, and then like Vyle said, the with Disease, the music video, so I think it just, trying to get something that's visually stunning and so, but also still use elements of ourselves in it. I think that the only thing that I'm concerned about with AI at the moment is just how energy is the moral effect, the moral component of just how much energy it uses, and we could be using like you got these data centers that have significant amounts of energy. They've got their own power generators, their own power plants, just and so morally I'm going, I'm concerned about that.
The environmental impacts. I've seen too many videos of people's water pressure being non-existent, and how my water pressure is really bad right now. I think I have more pressure coming out of my body than I do out of my faucet. And I know they're wanting to build a data center here very close by to me, because they're doing away with the National Renewable Energy NREL laboratory, which it's really cool because they have like state-of-the-art windmills and turbines and things like that. But let's do away with green energy and put in these. So I completely agree with that. It is morally like, why are we? Nobody can think in their right mind. This is okay.
Until it isn't. So
yeah.
And I wasn't sure if Lizzie wanted to pitch in real quick, or did Laurent and Vyle kind of fill in the blanks, to be honest.
AI. I don't really use AI at all. But it is a tool. I support if you need, for example, finding a lyric, whatever. I support that. But if you make an entire song with it, that's no longer like music. It's just content, in my opinion. Music is something that you create from you, no matter how bad or how good.
Exactly.
It's not. If you use a computer for to create it by itself, it's just content. It's no longer music.
I think that eventually, just seeing all over everything, that a lot of record studios like Spotify or things like Spotify are preferring AI over people. That infuriates me. But then again, it's going to get to a point, and I know this sounds absolutely insane, but we have to start thinking as AI as people. That is going to be a fun conversation because, we're not if people are using AI, they're not the ones creating it. It is the AI itself. So then you have to start thinking about rights, and you have to start thinking about all these other things. But Laurent and Elizabeth are correct. It is a tool. It is a helpful tool to some. I would love to learn how to use it and maybe find a way to be inspired by it. Like if I'm stuck in my mind in a rut, and I'm like, okay, where can I go with this creatively? AI could definitely help with that. But where do we draw the line? That's the fun. That's fun. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. You just see a good amount of it on the news these days, talk about this and that, about the whole AI deal. And I think it has a certain way helped out the tech industry in some sort of capacity, or maybe it's just the numbers being skewed going up because they're thinking it's a big step forward. I don't know, in terms of the stock market, that sort of stuff. But I always brought up in interviews that it almost seems like there's a Skynet conspiracy now going on, or at least James Cameron, or I guess whoever did the directing for Terminator did. So let's just say, like, this is now finally happening. So beware. So,
yeah,
that's it. I suppose there's so many things that I've can bring up for this, but the AI is progressing faster than any other technology that preceded it, and the impacts it's having on society and lawmakers, and so we're moving too slow because we can't see the results yet. We can't see how it's affecting us yet, and that's so it like when do you put the brakes on, like, to to kind of slow down, and it's not going to happen. The thing that I still believe is that regardless of whether you're an extrovert or an introvert, in music, and at least anyway, I believe that people will still want human connection, and that's something that AI cannot give you yet. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we got the sex robots going on right now, so I mean, like,
that's it. It's
we just burned a bad image of Laurent's mind right now. So
that's very distracting. It's but that human connection, that back and forwards of, when you got people who are journeying together, and I actually wrote it down as like that's the what influences my writing is, in all my original music, is that I want to bring up topics that I've experienced and that I want to share with other people and say, you're not alone in this. All right, this is the human experience, and we're doing it together. It's and I just when you're just asking a machine that has all the answers, but it doesn't have that it doesn't have that lived experience, and I think that's something that we will continue to desire, at least for a few more years as humans.
at least we hope so. So, all right, but y'all tread carefully with this. So, all right, but just real quick, before we jump into the fun questions, actually. What do you guys got planned for this year and a little bit next year? You guys just going to release some new material and see if you're able to get a live show at some point?
Live show is going to be that is definitely in the future, but I feel like it's going to be an opportunity that's going to come out of nowhere. And if the timing's right, it's right. If it's not, it's not. But as far as material, we were planning on releasing 2 more songs, but life happens, and that's perfectly fine. We are planning on doing a Naerok meets Trans-Siberian Orchestra version of Oh Holy Night about a week before Christmas, if everything lines up perfectly for that. The plan is LOVE, Life of Vivacious Ecstasy, sometime next year. We have, once things get a little bit more calmer and more normal, for some of us, we're going to be releasing more and more material. I would love to incorporate more original songs alongside with the cover songs, to give a little bit more of a variety. But yeah, And who knows? Maybe Naerok will be a fully Australian band, or at least 2/3 of us at some point. Because I do feel like I think I've said it for some time that I do feel like the universe is pulling me to Australia. Like I think I have more friends in Australia than I do here in the States, and so it's probably happening.
Hey,
I got
busy. So
but you'll have a reason to come out to Australia.
Yeah, I will definitely.
Real nice over here.
Yeah. So it's a lot of things that we're playing by ear at the moment. Yeah, we're just kind of just going with the flow, having fun, making music. People like it, cool. If they don't, oh well, I don't care. We're making music that we like and we enjoy, and that's probably one of the good reasons why we're still around. That's actually something I was thinking about the other day that was really sad. Is like around the time we got into the indie music family, there's been a lot of bands that we've grown with, we've become friends with, and they've just fallen off. And I guess that happens. I don't know, but I still love them. Still absolutely love them, but we don't care about numbers. We really don't. Yeah, I'll look at it, like I'll look every day when I wake up and look at the numbers for Rabbit Hole and things like that. But it doesn't bother me as much as it used to anymore, because I'm really set in that mindset of we made this song for us. If people like it, cool, awesome, enjoy the ride. If people don't, cool, awesome, okay. Yeah, but as far as plans, we're just keep playing it by ear at this point.
all right, sounds good. Good luck this year, boys and girl. There we go. So
Yeah.
all right. So everyone, we have pretty the questions here pretty good. So yeah, let's jump to the section of fun ones here. Ready?
All right.
All right. I guess whoever wants to go first, but we'll just go whatever order, or whoever wants to answer first. But the first one would be, what sort of hobbies do you do outside of music, and I guess even your main jobs?
I need a minute.
I do.
So I love I got to my mid-30s, and everyone every father at one point in life has to make a decision about whether they're going to brew beer, make bread, or smoke meats. I'm doing all three.
I'm done.
Choose. So yeah,
God.
So my favorite days, so favorite times like get a beef ribs and get up early, put the smoker on, and then so drink beer and check, so see the big blue skies out over the deck, and just so get my own thoughts or have a mate around, and we drink beer together, which is always better. And but my so after getting all this gear as well, I actually turned it into a job, and I do live music production. So I've got all the speakers, I've got the staging, I've got the all the microphones to be able to put on small festivals, and or tour with bands, and it's kind of quite fluid. So, but I have a lot of fun doing that as well. So,
Have you become a dad pun? Like a living embodiment of a dad pun?
I am the most average human being there is. All right. So if there is a bell curve of what people do in terms of my bracket, I am smack bang on top of that bell curve.
This is why we love you.
Yeah.
I love it.
This is why we love you.
Oh gosh. Vyle, you wanna?
No.
Okay.
I am waiting and formulating and thinking.
Okay. Well, let's see. So my day job is I'm employed by the Mobile Symphony, and I go in and go into these different schools, and I teach strings, like starting beginner strings, and so I work with kids all day, and my brain is usually mush by the time I get back. And a lot of times, sometimes I'll have gigs that evening or whatever. Like this past week, I did a Yom Kippur service, and then yesterday, no, it was a wedding. But I do a lot of just random gigging, and then when I'm not gigging, I'm in another little group for a Ren fair, and then I also do my thing for Ren fair. So I do a lot of just playing around. And then by the time I get home, I don't really have too much energy for hobbies. I sleep. I love sleeping. Sleeping is wonderful. And I have a bunch of cats that I just like to wrangle around, and I've become fully cat mom. So I'll call that a hobby.
Is that why the door kept opening behind you?
Yes, actually.
I assumed the same thing. Thank you. I kept noticing. I'm like, door, ghosts, demons.
Yeah, it's a cat that decided. One of the kitties that decided that they don't like the fact that my door was closed. So they opened
really
it.
Don't.
No, they don't. No. But yeah. So now you ready, Bob?
No, so now you ready?
I collect toilet paper. I don't know. So it's just ironic, Kind of blow my nose. Anywho, I am really into gaming. Star Trek, cooking, being a nuisance to society, and scaring people. I don't know, gaming is a big thing for me. Music is a big thing for me. Any kind of distraction is a big thing for me right now. To be able to experience life in an alternate universe would be great. But no, cooking is a big passion of mine. I absolutely love cooking. I love cooking different types of food, various foods. Like right now I have my take on Mississippi roast in my crock pot. And I'm going to be making a chickpea feta thing. I don't know. I've never made it before, but it looked good. And I'm like, yeah, I can put a Southern spin on that. Love cooking. It is a passion of mine. I don't do it quickly, but I do it with love. And so far, I haven't had any complaints about that. But yeah, I love Star Trek dearly. Grew up with Next Generation. Well, that was... Teenage years was Next Generation. Technically, I grew up with Voyager. Around 11 o'clock every night. My little tiny TV that I got from my grandmother when we went to a flea market, and it was only in black and white, but it was a portable little TV thing that was like, the screen was this big, and I would watch Voyager and grew up with Janeway throughout like the 90s and 2000s. But other than that, I have a garden out on my patio. I live on the 3rd floor of an apartment, so I'm sure my neighbors love that whenever I have to water those plants. But I'm growing just a single stalk of corn, so I can bring it to Thanksgiving and be like, here, I have brought my harvest. And I got like 3 tomato plants. I did have like 52 jalapeno plants because I tried numerous times and said, okay, I'm just going to dump this whole freaking packet into this barrel and something's going to grow. All 52 of them did. And so I had to trim those back. Now I only have 2. I've got a potato. I got 4 garlics. I have an onion. I have roses. I have 2 geraniums. I have a marigold that turned into a vine. It's not a flower. I don't know what it is. It's a mutant, I think. But yeah, I really like explore. I am going on a tangent here, aren't I? I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You're hobby jumping right now. It's so good. It's so good.
This is what happens when you give Vyle some time to think. So yeah.
Ew, that's a dangerous thing. This is the most reserved I've ever been. Thank you for telling me to observe the level of amount of cursing. Otherwise, I have been really restrained and really trying to be professional and maintain that level of professionalism. It's hard for me.
Not too
But
easy,
yeah,
is it? So,
hobby jumping. There's a lot of weird little things that I like to do and like spend time on. If it's something I can hyperfixate, yeah, I love it. This chair hurts.
that's all right. You're doing good. That's all right. That's all really cool right there. But I guess, do you guys have a favorite food you would consider your favorites? Or is there a particular dish I haven't heard about?
Food.
Yeah. Oh, pasta. I'm a big pasta person. So pasta, cheese. I have to limit the cheese now because apparently it triggers my migraines, which is horrible.
No.
Growing up, I ate so much chocolate too, and now I can't have chocolate. It's like I really ticked off somebody in the before world or whatever, and now now I can't have. But yeah, I love breads, pasta. So yeah.
Little rebellion in the membrane. We want to say that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I like food.
Oh,
Can you be more specific? So, yeah.
I will be all the Pacifics. Oh God. Just like real. I like pie. All pies. I love pecan pie. Oh, and I know I am from the South, and I said pecan, not pecan. To anyone watching this, going like, he ain't from the South. Yes, I is. But I like to say pecan. It sounds more fancy. Debutante, like medication's kicking in. So, yeah, I like burgers, steaks. I love Italian food. One of the things that I make is Zuppa Toscana, not the Olive Garden version, but more of the traditional version, and then I put a Southern twist on it. I love fried chicken. I like food. Laurent?
yeah. Well, most of my adult life, it was like a cheese platter and a glass of wine. I know it's not technically food, but it's you can't have
like
one
cheese to
without the
go
other.
with that wine. So yeah.
Exactly right. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I discovered beef ribs, and the other day I finally nailed like a fall off the bone beef rib, with a cherry smoke, and it just like I tried to pick it up with a fork and it just melted off the fork, and I was like, this is absolutely divine. And so now it's a hard call. It's I think that is going to be my new favorite food. I'm just still thinking about it now.
Are you drooling?
Mm-hmm.
Salivating.
So it's too late to go to the shops and get more for today. So it's
It's like right on the edge of his tongue right there. You can just probably see it foaming in the mouth.
Yeah.
Those are good choices there. So, Vyle kind of did mention about a TV series such as Star Trek there, but I guess you guys got a favorite movie and TV series you guys have been kind of digging, or even a past one?
Just started on Bridgerton.
Ooh,
Like it's paused in the background. I am in love because I needed something like The Crown, and I needed it badly, and then Bridgerton. So now I have Bridgerton. Yeah, I like anime. A lot of anime. Attack on Titan, especially. That kind of like fits my vibe entirely. But yeah, Star Trek is a huge, huge, huge thing on me. Yeah. Can't really think of anything else at the moment. Drawing a blank.
Cue the Jeopardy music.
Yeah.
Do,
Something. I watch stuff. I have a problem with binge watching, especially like if it's a show or a movie that's popular right now, I typically won't watch it because social media will ruin it. Not like I ever go on my main social media page. I just stay on the Naerok page. But I wait until there's like 6, 7, or 8 seasons, and then I go all out in like a week. That's how I did Game of Thrones. I watched all of Game of Thrones with my husband for like a month and got through all of it, finished season 7, and here comes season 8, and then was greatly disappointed. Yeah, that's a topic conversation. What about you, Laurent? What do you watch?
Yeah, okay. So I am a big fan of those adult animations like the Family Guy, Futurama, Rick and Morty, all of that. But like one of my biggest pet peeves at the moment is that I've been discovering new shows which I fall in love with, and then they get cancelled. Because and so I pretty much no longer watch new shows because I don't want them to get cancelled anymore. Because I started watching Inside Job, right, and loved it. They got through 2 seasons and then they canned it, and I'm upset.
So I feel about Firefly, Wheel of Time.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then mostly like I'm my brain is usually so like Elizabeth's. It's like at the end of the day, it's just mush, and I don't want to watch something that I have to think about. I want a sitcom. I don't want cliffhangers. Can't stand them. I just want to be able to sit down, watch 30 minutes of a show, have a good laugh, and then then go to bed. Yeah, it's and the same thing with movies, like just action comedy. Like I want to see stuff blow up and then go eat a burger. That's
end of the world movies, destruction movies are the best.
I don't want to have to sit down and think. Yeah, that's me. And I don't want to feel things. I just want to laugh.
Yeah.
It's like the world is dark enough as it is. I don't need to be.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of The Simpsons lately. It's so comfortable. It's just, and then of course I love Futurama. Loving the last season. It's really, really good. And my husband is trying to get me into Dexter. I've already watched the first 2 seasons, and then he says, well, it kind of slows down now, and so we haven't gotten back onto it yet. But yeah, I just whatever suits my mood. Like sometimes Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because we all need Buffy, and just whatever is there. But I usually find myself gravitating more towards like either something that's super predictable and fun, like The Simpsons, or just something that I've seen a million times, just only because I kind of need that little bit of comfort. And then also I don't need to think. I can't think. So
I guess so. That's all right. We got to stand so.
Favorite movies? Go. Mine is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or Repo the Genetic Opera. Please, you know that one?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
It has Sarah Brightman, which reminds me of you a lot. She's one of my favorite female artists. Love her to death. Repo the Genetic Opera is me in a nutshell. Just the whole aesthetic vibe. Yeah.
We good.
Lord.
So
now that we're in spooky season, Hocus Pocus. So one I grew up with. Just random. Like I think I probably watched all kind just random slasher flicks, because usually I'm not into slasher flicks, but like the other day I watched Dr. Giggles, and that movie is really screwed up if you haven't seen it. It's like a early 90s thing, and one of the stars plays was Piper on Charmed. And yeah, it's, just whatever catches my fancy. I don't really have a favorite, but there are like a couple movies that for some reason just make me cry. Like, I don't know why, but the very end of the Da Vinci Code, that came out several years ago with Tom Hanks. Is that Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I don't know why, but that part where he realizes that the Holy Grail is, a bloodline, and then there's like that huge cinematic music. For some reason, I cry every single time that happens, because it's just like, oh, people are so cool, humanity, man. I don't know. And then of course dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. So sometimes we just need a Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. So.
So glad they continued that series.
I am too.
I don't know. I think it was kind of being a dead horse at this point, but I give it points for at least being cinematic, but story-wise needs some work. So
yeah, well, I mean, it has dinosaurs, big scary dinosaurs. So
hence the little poster on the door behind you. So
yeah. Actually, my husband got this. I had a really bad audition one time, and he got me this poster, and it just, it was one of those. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm gonna put it up. So yeah.
All right. But we are almost out of time, so here, we'll do one more fun question, then we'll jump into the last one in just a sec. But for the last fun questions, I guess, what have you been listening to recently in terms of music, whether it's indie or mainstream?
Okay, Without You, no. Poppy, Amy Lee, and Courtney LaPlante did a song, and I was really, 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 really happy about that. I forget the name of it. It's not at the top of my head at the moment, but what is it? Elizabeth?
Is it Without You? Or
I don't know, but it's amazing.
yeah.
Obviously, Evanescence Afterlife, that was in Devil May Cry on Netflix, was such an homage to new metal and stuff like that. Lately, there is a song by our indie family, Drew Nold and Cousin Ray and Steam Slicer did a song called Might. I have listened to this song 1,000 times. I think I made a few posts about it. It is amazing. Drew does the vocals on it, and it is he has the same problem that I do. I hate my voice. I don't hear myself the way other people hear me. So he has the same problem, and we've been getting to know each other. And that song is such his vocal timbre is very much like Alice in Chains. That song is very, very 90s Alice in Chains kind of style, and it has been on repeat in my house since it came out, and I absolutely freaking love that song. Voxy did a song a year ago called Using the Shadows or Into the Shadows, something, and that has been on repeat because that is also a 90s homage that I freaking love. Yeah, there's been, oh my God, the indie family has been releasing a lot of amazing music lately that is just blowing me away, just seeing like the growth in everything. And it's just, I love it. So proud of everybody. But yeah, that's pretty much been it for me.
Well, now that we're in spooky season, it's the only way I can really describe it. For some reason, I've been listening to a lot of Cradle of Filth, just
yes,
yeah. And then I discovered this new band. It's just classic black metal band called Black Braid, and I've been listening a lot to that. And then also Amorphous, their very first album. I think it's their first album. It's like Tales from a Thousand Lakes, I think. It is so good. So good. I forgot how good they are. But yeah.
It's a guilty pleasure, to say the least. So yeah.
Yeah.
She goes from being the orchestral teacher to jumping to a telephone booth box. Then comes Elizabeth Weaver, a Cradle Filth lover. So yeah,
Hey, I love
a
it.
metalhead. So
I've seen them twice, and yeah, they're quite good. Yeah.
Ah,
Mhm.
he could. That could be that high tone screech that Naerok needs.
Yeah.
I would say it's almost like he's like choking on something, or just like trying to hold it in, have like that raspy voice or something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the control of his voice is just incredible. Like, and he's been doing it for like 30 years or something. And like, dude, dang.
Is he the only original member left? Because I know they've gone
think
through
so.
a lot of lineup changes.
Mm-hmm.
They recently made a controversy about the keyboardist, that female keyboardist. So yeah.
She was actually one of my Facebook friends, and then her and the new guitarist, they were both my Facebook friends, and it was just kind of like this one random day, I think in May or something. It was like, "Hey y'all, we just joined Cradle of Filth." I'm like, well, man. No, but
for you.
Yeah, no, they're both really terrific though. But yeah, I hate the stuff that's been happening.
And Laurent?
For myself, look, all the stuff that I listen to, no one will ever have heard of, because that's the kind of guy I am. The Last Martyr is like one of my favorites right now. Oratek, they are absolutely incredible. Kahani is a singer, just a solo artist from somewhere in the States, but he's got Indian background, and his songs are just so heavy. It's just epic, and I don't particularly like that in your face scream all the time stuff, but there's something about what he lays down that just like I just can't stop listening to it. I don't know how to explain it. But then locally, there's a band called Loose Surface, which I absolutely love, and also a local punk band called The Pingers. Yeah, absolutely love too. Oh, and Nuking Moose. They're on my high rotation too. Oh, so many good stuff. So much good stuff. There's so much good music out there in the world if you're willing to find it. You don't have to, so just listen to what the labels throw at you, right? And that's why, I do this show of, so discovering indie music from all over the world. It's awesome.
Okay, so thank you so much for what you do out there, Lauren. Keep it going there, brother. As well as great choices here for everybody else. Okay, but just real quick for the last fun questions. One alcoholic drink and then one non-alcoholic drink. Which ones would you say are your favorites? Just real quick.
I will go a good glass of Cabernet Sauvignon. Particularly of an aged variety. Yes, I love it. It's I say I brew beer, but yeah, so wine is the drink that I go to. And then non-alcoholic, I'll typically choose a fizzy water. That's it, like a soda water. That's it.
Yeah. So Long Island for me, just a good Long Island, and then just coffee, black coffee. With sugar, cream, whatever. Just, I don't know. There's something about a really good coffee that just makes my day.
I wish coffee smelled as good as it tasted. Then I would be into it, but it doesn't. I love sweet tea. It's a problem. Sweet tea all the way for my non-alcoholic. Alcoholic, Long Island iced tea, or an old fashioned. A Tom Collins. I don't drink anymore, so that one's really kind of hard to answer, but I do love wine. I have a problem with wine. Yeah, that's fair.
Guilty pleasure. So yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of the New York iced tea?
I haven't.
I was gonna say, is it a candor or is it like?
You replace the Coke with champagne, so they yeah. So just add more alcohol to it.
Of course, yeah.
Why not?
You get drunk a lot quicker now instead of like the traditional one. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sounds good, but it's always like, do we really want to do that? So,
Yeah.
Tell you what, it does. It tastes amazing.
Mm-hmm.
in your case, so says you. So, all right, I'll take your word for it. So,
I'm Australian. I got a problem.
I say we're humans. We're all a little bit crazy. So yeah. All right. So everyone, we're down to one more question for my podcast. Before we jump into it, would you guys like to just ask me a question real quick? We'll do one apiece. Do you guys have anything for me or any final words?
Yeah, why us? I was curious about that. Like, why did you choose Naerok?
I would say the logo on your Facebook page did look pretty cool. The way it looked like spacey in a sort of way right there. So almost like it's otherworldly, if we want to say it that way. But truthfully, when I look on social media, I'm really just looking at any bands that I see. So my goal is to carry as many people as I can to the promised land, if we want to say it that way too. Obviously, I don't know if any of you are religious or anything like that, but in a certain sense, I want to help out as much as I can. So whether it is promotion or even like, I mean, in this case, you also get a chance to do your own interviews, because when you're seeing guys like the Joe Rogans or even those other music podcasts that are like top tier, for instance, or have like a lot of subscribers, obviously they're going to bring in more of the big wigs every now and again, or someone who's at least got a decent following. So you guys at least have a decent following, at least in terms of Facebook. I can't speak for other social media, but it's 50-50.
Got to give credit to Spencer Olson. He did the artwork and the font. Well, not the font, but he did the artwork and has been doing all of our artwork lately. So yeah, that all credit goes to him. He's awesome. Yeah.
That's I think I did see you guys post a good bit on the maybe Facebook. Yeah, it was probably more so the Facebook side. So I figured we'll just throw it out there and see what happens. So,
well, I'm really happy you reached out. Really happy. Enjoying this.
It's cool to be on the receiving end of that model where I'm so used to reaching out to bands and seeking permission to play their songs, and then so then have someone that I've not heard before request our presence on your show, and really honored actually. So thank you.
Thank you.
anything else?
I feel like the Brady Bunch right now. I'm just looking around. Like,
Wait till the last cell shows up, so we see the nanny afterwards. So yeah.
yeah, right.
All right. There's nothing else. Here's how the West question goes. So back then, when I was doing this podcast, I would form this question in and around COVID, because that's when it was really kind of taking off, that sort of stuff. But these days, you're seeing a whole lot of negativity going on in the world, political polarization, et cetera, that sort of stuff. These days, I think people need some sort of hope. So what would be your message of hope for musicians and people out there so they can try to move forward with their lives?
Stay off social media.
No. Don't chase the numbers. Don't chase the numbers, right? Is the main thing there. I remember early out, I released my first song, and I was counting the numbers, and it's all exciting in the first week, and the numbers start going up, and then it stops because I fell into the trap of basing my self-worth in my songs, to the point where if people weren't listening to them, then I must not be good. That's a lie, and don't follow that. Always remember why you picked up an instrument in the first place, why it is that you're writing lyrics, or why that you're doing it. So your self-worth then becomes wrapped in your message, which you're sending out to other people. And whether people respond to that or not, it doesn't matter, because you're secure in yourself, and when that happens, when you do that, the numbers, people see into that, right? And the numbers will, because they're always going to fluctuate. But and then the other one is just be consistent. Yeah.
My advice is unity. Find your people. Not every single person online or around you is your people. But find your people, stick with them. Laurent said the numbers. I think I mentioned something about that earlier too. But if you really want to preserve your mental health, stay away from the comment sections on everything. If it's a random video on Facebook or YouTube, the worst of humanity will show. Just stay away from the comment sections. Trust me, I have done it for the past few months, and it has been wonderful. Some people shouldn't be allowed to have a keyboard. But yeah, just, you're not alone. We all struggle, and we all push through. But do what you love. Keep doing what you love. Don't ever let anyone stop you from not doing what you love. And stay away from comment sections.
Yeah.
Answer the positive ones in the comment section. So
Answer them. Yeah. But one of my favorite mezzo soprano singers, Joyce DiDonato, she said that you should always be super aware of how you speak to yourself. So like, you know how you would reassure a friend if things were not going well. You should do the same thing for yourself. I think for a lot of budding musicians, it's that negative self-talk that we're so prone to do. Like, oh, well, obviously I'm not good enough, or by now I should be blah. But it's poison. It's not real. It's all an illusion, and it's an illusion that will drag you down. So speak to your, remember, it's not a race, it's a marathon. And that, I think somebody called it being delusionally confident. Even if it has to be delusionally confident, it's a good thing. So if that makes any sense, it probably doesn't.
Yes.
But yeah.
I started to say the delusion is actually a good thing at a certain
It
way.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And spoke like a bunch of true prodigies. So
thank you.
Yeah. So everyone, we have reached the end of the podcast right here. We have talked a little over 2 hours right now, but I guess we close out. You want to give any shout outs real quick?
Everyone that's worked with us. It's a list. Oh, yes. I did forget Stino of the Pingers. He did 3 with us. That's the one that I forgot. Yep.
And Jaden and
Alamai. Martz.
Yep.
Yes. I knew I was forgetting people. I got to start
closest to our current drummers.
Yeah.
Everyone who's been a drummer in Naerok, say.
Raise your hand. Yeah, we have
all drummers in the room. If you'd like to join Naerok,
please. There's like 5 of you, but we need. Yeah.
Was it
Juz from Just Show? Is it Juz or Juice?
Juz.
Juz. Okay. Yeah, she's working with us on Bad Romance. Another Lady Gaga song. But yeah, oh god. Drew Nold of Drunk and Lonely, Mojo and Circle Throne. Oh god. I could keep going on and on, but everyone in the indie music family, from Band Together and the new Band Together, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for y'all for helping us along this project, whatever. Choose a word, fill it in the blank.
And obviously, thanks to anyone who's ever listened to any of our songs.
Yes. The fans, everyone. Yeah.
Because
if you liked it, awesome.
You're hearing a little bits of us in your ears. It's like
little bits and pieces of our
listening to
souls.
our songs is like giving us a nice big hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mary speaking. So, all right. Just real quick, what social media and streaming platforms are you guys on so I can check you out and interact?
We are on everything. Primarily Facebook for now. Instagram, TikTok are the three main social media. I think we're on Tidal. No, not Tidal.
We are on Tidal.
No,
we're on Tidal. Yeah, we're on all the major streaming platforms.
Yeah, everything. You can't escape us. That's basically the problem.
Our presence is everywhere. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I have to close out like this real quick. So, everyone, I guess today we're Laurent, Elizabeth, and Vyle. They're hailing from different parts of the world right now, but we got Vyle in Colorado, Elizabeth in Mobile, Alabama. They say it with Forrest Gump sort of sense. And then we got Laurent somewhere in Australia. Hopefully not in the outback because it seems like it's pretty crazy that time of the year or something. So,
I guess snowy mountains.
Snowy mountains, whatever. But you get the idea. So, but anyway, they're part of the band Naerok. So make sure you go hit up all socials, all streaming platforms. Let's go help these folks out there. And I guess keep your eyes out for any new material they got coming out. It looks like they got some covers in the works. Please consider what Vyle has been spoiling so far. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I have a bad problem with that.
It's also a good thing too, but whatever. So, all right. So everyone, thank you again so much again for coming on here. So you all stay safe because you know there's one pretty messed up world out there. Rock God. And the last thing, I just need a quick pose from you all. Stay tuned, y'all.